It is rage. When I think of the greed involved with poaching and the greed involved with selling animal products, the greed involved of exploitation of not only the animals themselves, but often the biodiversity that surrounds them. It sickens me. It seems such an easy win. And when you look at our conservancies in Kenya, I can see the benefit.
I mean, it's crazy. Your first chapter in here deals with lions, and I mean, people may say, well, there's plenty of lions in Africa.
No,
still,
there really isn't.
They really aren't, are they?
No, lion numbers have dropped massively. Encroachment, human conflict, inbreeding, so many different problems, distemper, all of these things that can affect them. And yeah, and yet people think, oh, because they're quite easy to spot, there must be plenty of them. No.
And yet they're still hunted. In large parts of Africa. I mean, we talk about, you mentioned the WWF still supporting hunting as a conservation
trophy
technique,
hunting.
Trophy hunting. Lions would be the number one thing that most people
and they do it in a pen with a bow and arrow or something. What did I see the other day? Someone showed me some leopard hunting. A guy is in this ludicrous camouflage in a hide, and there's a carcass of some goat or something up a tree, and a leopard pops up, gets shot out of the tree. Well done, you're desperately brave. No, that hunting fraternity they really do sicken me. And whenever you see justification for it, it's always by those people who like to hunt. They're justifying their slaughter because it brings lots of money. Yeah, your money. So that's all you're doing. You're paying it, and it finances your what you call sport. Look, it's difficult in areas of unendangered species. Somebody has a farm. I remember getting my backside owned by a South African guy who I sighed at his hunting bag as I flew up to Victoria Falls next to him, and he showed me a map. He said, "Listen, I live in the well, he called me a number of choice words first, but he said I live in the low veld." And we can't have cattle there because of rinderpest and whatever it is. But what we do have is many, many, many acres. And people come and hunt a few kudu, warthogs. Some of them will use a taxidermist, whatever. And they pay a lot of money. And look, there's a church here. I remember him showing me on the map. There's 2 schools, a church and a clinic here. None of them would be there. Now, I can't look down through precision optics through crosshairs and shoot a beautiful kudu or something, or it just shouldn't matter whether it's beautiful or not. I couldn't do that, but I think this conversation perhaps merits a place at the table. But that is a million miles from people paying $50,000 to kill a rhino.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, really? To kill a rhino? I just... What sort of person does that, Dan? Any of you out there, what sort of mentality takes joy from that? And people will say, oh, look, but anyone who eats meat, So, look, can we just keep our eyes on this ball at the moment?
Yeah.
A rhino alive in a conservancy can bring millions for many, many, many years, okay? That's the only conversation that we should be having.
No, 100%. I mean, I think, obviously, Laura and I grew up in South Africa, and canned hunting was a big thing.
Yeah, I remember. What was it? The Cook Report, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Yes, that was despicable, wasn't it?
I mean, there's just it feels like hunting is, particularly for the larger predators and the larger game, is just open to corruption, and it's open to there doesn't seem to be a sort of major audit of how it all works, and there seems to be a huge amount that you can just kind of move under the table.
Totally.
To keep it legal, inverted commas.
Oh, there's all sorts of loopholes. There's all sorts of loopholes. You can still buy trophy goods in the UK, staggeringly. But if you want to know, the desert elephant is not a subspecies of elephant, even though they look a little different with the longer legs, having eked out a precarious existence in the sand for so many years. But they probably number 200, 220, maybe. And their lives are parlous. Of course, they are entirely dependent on an often very fickle rainfall. So each year, hunting licenses are probably $60,000 a pop, granted by the Namibian government to kill 5 breeding bulls. Yeah. I mean, this is just simple mathematics. It just staggers me. And that is just flagrant, blatant, egregious, and despicable, stinking corruption. And the problem is there's big money to be had in poaching. And some people in positions of authority have their noses so far in this trough of financial malfeasance, they can't see the wood for the trees.
Well, I mean, the rhino hunting, or the rhino poaching, I should say, in South Africa is exactly like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's if you take a step back, you sort of struggle to really blame the people who do the actual act of killing the rhino. I mean, these guys are often they brought in.
That's you're good to bring that up, because that's the symptomatic reaction. People go, the poachers, just let's throw all our ire and our crocodile tears on the poachers. No. Okay, poacher, it may be ex-forces, maybe ex-what, probably hasn't got a job, whatever. He's given a hunting rifle or a Kalashnikov, whatever it is, and he does that and he's paid $500. I don't know. It's what happens is the dealers. Yeah. And it's the absolute ill-education of the people buying this.
It's the syndicates. It's these people who are exploiting really vulnerable people in society who are on the edge of existence, who maybe aren't benefiting from wild creatures and therefore see no attachment to the wild. There's no value in them. So it's a very easy sell, and they may not have anything, but you could give them a little bit of money, which is quite a lot of something for many of these people. And all they have to do is just go and kill a creature that they don't particularly feel much for in the first place. Yeah. But they're the ones who do get found. They're the ones who do get killed. And it's these syndicates, and ultimately it's the Chinese behind that and the Asian markets. But I mean, I watched a film on Netflix a few years ago. It was about the ivory trade in Kenya. I think it was called The Ivory Game.
I saw that program, and they were heroes. The people, the investigating people, they really were. Yeah, it was a very, very adult piece of filmmaking. You're right. Yeah, it was, and we need more of those.
Yeah. But it was just eye-opening, not just how it works in terms of the quota system that, people in the Asian markets may say, well, they only have a quota for X number of, there's only so much ivory that can be sold, but there's an entire black market of ivory underneath all of that.
Oh, it's massive.
Where people are able to account for things in a sort of bit of creative accounting sense that allows them to get away with this and to essentially tick it off of the box that they are, inspection, they're all legal.
Multi-million pound industry, and it ain't going away anytime soon. In the time it takes us to do this, probably three elephants have been poached.
Yeah, what was that you said in the book? I think it was in the time it takes me to write this
page. Yeah, something like that.
Which is quite a powerful little stat.
Yeah, and it's just, that's the truth of it.
I mean, rhinos in South Africa, I think, are 350 a year now. That's one a day.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and that's low, inverted commas. I mean, I remember, I think when I was in university days, it was upwards of 1,500, maybe up to 1,600 in a year. I think that, I can't remember which year that was, but...
Let's just think about this for a second. So the rhinos are found, they mow them down from the rear, obviously, so it's a slow death. They then take a chainsaw to the horn, and they're away, and that carcass is this left on the plains or wherever it is.
When they're taking the chainsaw, it's not necessary that the rhino's dead.
No,
it's
about speed for them. It's like when they take elephant tusk. Don't forget, if the elephant tusk is this long, there's the same again inside the cranial cavity, which they're not going to get at. No, it is. It's an awful thought. Yeah. It really is. I know, and it makes me angry every day, almost every hour.